Despite all the crazy wraps with experimental stones and weird stuff, one of my most popular videos to date is just these simple plain wire rings that anyone can make. Back up there. And up there. Now this ring mandrel with the stepped parts, everybody's saying they can't find it now, and I'm glad I bought two of them because I can't find it now either. But back in the day, it was only 10 bucks. There's one I found on Amazon that's 20 to 25, and it's steel, and it has half sizes too. So try to see if you could get that one still. But it seems like most of the mandrels are just, you know, graduated. You can use a graduated one. It's fine. It's just if you're making a really wide ring, I don't know. I just feel like I like having the exact size coming up and down for a whole inch or so. But I mean, technically, you could just use a marker. I found that this fat magic marker gives you about a size 4, and this fat highlighter gives you anywhere from a size 7, 8 to a 9 on the end. So, you know, don't even spend any money if you just can find an old marker. But anyway, I found that 16 gauge is what I prefer for these rings, but 16 is pretty hard to handle when you're starting out. 18 is strong enough, but a lot more flexible, and you can have more fun with it. So I did a whole video called Black Gunmetal Experiments, where I just used this 18 gauge black gunmetal, just made a bunch of rings, and that's buried right now. You can find it, but let's do another one today for you guys to have some fun. And it's basically like, the ridiculous thing about these rings, look at this. How much is this? This is literally 7.5 inches, which is like 15 centimeters. And this might even be too much. So it's 6 and 7 are most standard size. Just press tight as you come around. And I like to go around twice. You can just go around once. You can go around 3 times if you want it wider. Do whatever you want. Go around 5 times. I don't care. But after I'm ready, I just bring these two together and I just start making this really tight swirl. They just keep wrapping around each other like this. And when I get to the point where my fingers feel like they can't, you know, maneuver it as well, you get the pliers, and I just keep coming around a little bit at a time. Around and around. You want to grip tight so you don't slip and scratch. And notice I'm holding the pliers like stabbing motion. Gives them much more strength. You can do it like this, but I always recommend good body mechanics. If you feel like your wrist is feeling weird or wonky, reposition. Reposition. Even if you have to turn something 10 times, reposition for every millimeter of a turn. Don't ever get that awkward feeling in your wrist or any part of your hand or arm, because with a lot of pressure, doing multiple movements that way, you're going to create inflammation, and over years, you can give yourself something like carpal tunnel or worse. Anyway, these guys, simple little swirl. Let me even go back off some of these and cut them. And just show you, this is the simplest swirl. I cut this right about there. And I give that a little bend right there, and then I grab it right behind the bend, and I pull up, and I tuck it between the swirl and the ring part. Just tuck it so it can't scratch anyone. And then this one, same thing. This is like barely enough wire to make one swirl. And grab it right there, give it a little turn. Grab it right behind the turn. Make sure you got a good grip or you're going to slip. And then it's the grip and it's the angle you grab it at. Tuck it in tight, make sure you got both those ends tucked in, check there's no scratch, we're going to hurt anyone, and then look at it from every angle. Position it so it's completely straight up and down the way you want. Squeeze it if need be. You can put it back on here, and if sometimes I'll squeeze it this way, get the swirl tighter or make it the way I want, but at the end of the day, look at that. That was like barely a minute, 7.5 inches of wire. It's like pennies, and you can sell this thing for a significant amount, because people are not going to find this in a store, and people think it looks super cute too. So a little more advanced one, we're going to go, I don't know, it's probably too much, but I'm going to take about 10 inches, and we'll do come around again. And this is good if you don't want to waste any wire, because technically if you get it within an inch or two, you could use every last bit of wire for this. So I'm starting my swirl, making it tight, coming around, around. Okay. So I'd say right about here, back up. Right about here. I'm going to take this off, and this is just the party ring. I really didn't want to teach you guys anything. I just wanted to get to this point so I could show you that this is the party ring. His arms are flailing, and he's just going to dance for you. Okay, anyway. Rather than cut it, take this one and carefully, you want to go careful. This is a lot of precision and slow. You just want to slowly start curving around. Slowly start curving around. Don't want to make it tight enough to kink it. Just take it different spots. And you want to get it through the ring. Okay, and you're holding it. You want to get it tight right here. This is the hard part, to get it tight. You're going to have a big wide loop that's not as tight as you want the first few times. So just focus on the tightness. Focus on getting this tight while still getting this all the way through. And you'll learn where to grab it to get it the tightest. And when to put pressure, when to pull. I'm starting to put a lot of muscle right now. I'm starting to push it. And come around like that. And now you have this cute little, you can't see it yet, but you will. And you can keep wrapping it around. You can wrap it around and around and around. Some people do that. But what I like to do is wrap it around just once, maybe twice. And then, sorry, I was starting to wrap it again. Stick it out like this. Okay, forget this guy. We're focusing on this one. Stick him out like he's coming around, about to clothesline someone, about to grab him around the shoulders. Okay, now very tight. Hold this very tight on the tip. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. And then very careful so you don't slip. Do this very slowly. Make sure you're holding it just right. You're going to pinch it. Okay? And now, you could just grab it this way and start turning it into a swirl, but I like to give myself as much of a chance of scratching, as little of a chance of scratching as possible. So I like to already put some extra bends already in there. And eventually you're going to press it. And still, I'm pressing really tight because this is easy to scratch. It's easy to scratch because it's hard to bend. And if you don't hold it tight enough, you're going to slip and scratch it. Okay, so now you're going to pinch it again. Now when you get to this point, I feel like you have enough leverage to really turn it and turn it. But as you get to the end, it's going to be harder to turn. So you got to muscle it in and then press it flat against the ring. Okay? And now you have this really cool big swirl, little swirl. And you could do another swirl on this side, or you could just tuck this. It could just be like one big swirl, one little swirl. But if you want to use up all your wire, not waste any of it at all, because you just are a conscientious person who always recycles and whatever, then, you know, now you can do that, not wasting any wire. But me, I'm going to waste some wire because I want to show you, sometimes if you have a baby swirls are harder because you got to get them really tight, but they look cute. And sometimes a big swirl's a little too much. So, well, baby swirl, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I almost slipped there a little bit. Voila, press them tight. And you got a cool little ring there. Another fun thing is just to experiment. Like everything, there's a couple rules, and as long as you stay within those rules, you can do pretty much anything. At some point, make the ring part, obviously. Tuck in your sharp ends, of course. And make sure nothing sticks out as too snaggable. You know, if you have some little swirly thing like that and it's out in no man's land, kind of press it up against the ring or swing it around or tuck it in somewhere, you know. But, you know, here's your ring. Here's your cool pattern on the top, right? Don't have anything that goes like that, you know, and if you do, then just wind it back in and kind of tuck it in around somewhere. But obviously, I don't need to tell you that. Or maybe I do. Or maybe you want to give people a ring that also could be used as a fishing lure, and they could meet new people, because when they brush by someone, their ring will grab onto their clothing without them meaning to. And then they'll say, oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, my ring just grabbed your shirt. Well, now that we're talking, let me introduce myself. I am a person who makes rings. Would you like a ring like this? I can make you one that won't snag on people's shirts. Or I can make you one that will snag on people's shirts, and we can continue this chain of people meeting strangers and see how far down the line it goes. And then we'll make a web page to go with it and say, where did you meet this person on the snaggable ring line? It'll become an internet phenomenon. And you who started it will become famous. You might get an interview on TV if that's what you're into. And you can say that, you can pretend that you made it up. Maybe you did make it up, because I don't think I'm going to make a ring like this. So this is all up to you. I don't even know if they still make TVs like that. I guess TVs are now shaped more like that, right? But in any case, this will be you on TV talking about how you created this snaggable ring that helps strangers meet each other and finally breaks the ice. See, that attractive girl in the coffee shop you've always been trying to get the nerve up to talk to, now you can just walk past her and have your ring just grab onto her arm and, ooh, I am so sorry. By the way, my name is Frank and I sell real estate. Wouldn't you like to get to know me better now that my ring grabbed your shirt? I feel like we've gotten off on a tangent here, but anyway, so take your wire, cut some. You don't even need to put on the mandrel yet. Just have some fun. Just like twist it up, twist it around. Let me see if I can make something I've never made before. This will be live, coming to you right now, a ring that Matt's Crazy Art has never done ever before. Now what is this? This is some goofy nonsense. Let's just double down on the goofiness, see how weird we can make it. Right? Right? Do you agree? I agree too. So I guess we're in unison here. So what are we doing with this? I don't know. I don't even know. I almost don't care. I just want to be weird. I just want to be wrong. I just want to be different. Where my pliers go. So, as you can see, this ancient Sanskrit cuneiform lettering design that I made. If you translate this from you special Egyptologists, I believe in a certain dialect of an ancient language, it says, "You're awesome, man." Actually, there's a lot going on there. It says, "You're awesome, man. Keep making rings." Can you believe it says all that? Anyway, what are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with this? I don't know. It really does look like I'm writing some script at this point. Well, let's throw it on here. Give it a size. Let's do size 8. All right? Come around. All right, now we have a ring going on. Kind of got to press this tight. That's another rule. Always press it tight. Sometimes you might want to go a couple sizes lower to get the tightness really strong, and then squeeze it back up to the size you really wanted. That's how you get a really nice round part with the ring shape. Now, I don't know what went on here. So basically this, I need to anchor these down here because they're kind of bouncing all over the space. But, yeah. So press that in. Have him come around there. Whoa, that's kind of wider than I wanted, but that's all right. We can just do this thingy where we come around and tuck it, right? Tuck it like Nantucket. Nantucket nectars. Okay. All right, see, all the rings are together now, but now they're kind of wonked out, so put them back on the mandrel. Get them more uniform. Tuck this guy. What's happening here? So now another thing is you want to press, a lot of times press all your designs tight against the mandrel, because that'll give them a general ring shape, and that makes them look neater and tighter in the end. I'm going to make this a swirl here. So what else am I going to do? I just told you how the magic of swirls. How far am I going to go with that swirl? I think no farther. I think I'm just going to tuck it in now, depending. Yeah, I think I'm just going to press him in right there. So press him under. I think I'll press him under that loop. See if I can get him tucked in. Move that loop up, tuck him under, press him. You can use the pliers like all different ways too. Sometimes I'll just take them like this and carefully position them and stab right down to get a piece tighter. All right, we're up to, we're almost getting up to a 9. This will make this guy a last little tiny swirl. All right. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I feel like somebody's going to ask me, what does that say? Well, you know what I'm going to say. According to ancient Sumerian cuneiform pictograph lexicon, it says, you are the cutest person to come to this jewelry selling place today, and therefore you must buy this ring. It says all that right there. If you don't believe me, I can get the key to translate it, the code. I might have to write it out from memory if I can't find it, but you know, you'll trust that I'm on the up and up. I'm telling you how it is. So there it is, the weirdest ring you've ever seen. Guarantee. You try to find a weirder one, show it to me. Give me a little photo. Go to Matt's Crazy Art on Facebook. It's on Facebook too. There's a page and then there's a group. Find the group. It has like a spray painted abstract guitar picture on the front. So you find that, go there, join the group, and you can post photos of your own stuff. Show me all the weird rings you made. Please, I'm asking you. I'm asking you nicely. Don't make me ask you less than nicely. Please go there now. So, it's starting to look a little bit like twisted wrought iron barbed wire. But, make some more fun rings, you guys. Crazy weird. You want me to see me do one more crazy weird one? Let's have a little more fun. Let's take about a foot. So little wire to get the nuttiness going. It's like, you should just tell your friends, it takes so little wire to make me weird. I guarantee they'll give you an expression you've never seen before. Something mixed with confusion and horror. Now, if they try to check you into a facility, just say, oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. How did you mean it? Well, let's change the subject. Now, something you can do is, see, I'm trying for the weirdness again. Something you could do is you could also twist these at some point, like this. And then you can have them come around together and make the ring part like that. But, I kind of used up all my wire on the one side, so. And notice, as I'm doing this, I'm constantly flattening the stuff. You don't have to, but that helps it lay flatter against the finger, if that's what you like. So this obviously isn't going to make it around the ring. So what we're going to do at this point is make it a swirl. Or maybe we'll double back around and make it even weirder. I don't even know. I really don't know at this point. Yeah, let's make it a swirl. Keep it from causing more trouble. Aha! It's Attack of the Robot Alien Anteater Sucker Creatures. See the two eyes? And that's the long proboscis at the end that sucks up the alien robot ants. Welcome to my planet. I hope you're having fun. Please don't expect me to entertain you, because I'm going to spend all my time eating the robot alien ants. Yum, 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 yum. With my long proboscis. All right, let's wrap him around a ring. Oh, I almost hate to mess up his cute little alien eyes, but you know, you gotta make your ring happen at the end of the day. There's not a big market for alien robot anteaters. There should be. Maybe you can start one, but at the moment there's a bigger market for rings, unfortunately, for the robot alien anteater community. So anyway, kind of doubling down on his eyes here, making them bigger and wider and swirlier, and that's kind of fun. Let's tuck this in here. Just wrap that around really tight. One more swirl. There we go. A ring only a mother could love, or the mother of a robot alien anteater. Only one ring, but it'll fit on a finger and it'll stay. Ooh, looks kind of cool. See, it looks crazy out and floating in space, but once you put it on a finger, it's like, whoa, that's like super goth. Let me see if we can find a super goth girl to try it on. Right? What do we got here? Let's try another one. Just try these all day. Will you guys watch if I just keep going for like 47 minutes? This time I'm going to take, I'll still take a foot. I just want to show you that, like, you can... I was going to throw a bead on there, but let's just stick to the pure metal. You could just make a little swirl like this, right? And then just twist these guys up and then pull them straight, right? And that can be your ring right there. Watch that. You just press it tight, come around, and look at that. Voila. Now that's going to come loose if you don't secure it, but you know, there's a million things you can do to secure it, including just having tons of fun. I'm gonna secure it by folding both of these under. And again, they're trying to get away from me. I want to make them nice and tight. Wire will always try to spring away from you. And you always want to keep reeling it back in and telling it, no, I'm the boss and you're going to be tight. All right? There we go. Now it's secured. Wait, is it secured? No, it's not secured. I just wrapped it around itself. Oh my gosh. I've been taking too many antihistamines. Okay. Let's see. I'll come around this way. Now we're going to secure you, you little brat. Really thought you'd get away with that. There we go. Now it's secured. Alright, now it's not going anywhere. And now I have this weird open spot here. That'd be cool. Take a bead, put another piece of wire through the bead, put it on there and wrap it. And woo! That would be fun. I guess we could do that. It's an option. Just going to spiral these off and then I'll show you what I mean. Oh, you know what? Forget an extra piece of wire. 18 gauge can sometimes fit wire the way it is. Let's throw a bead right in there right now. Let's do that like crazy people. Jade, you are the one for me. I was thinking about Tiger's Eye, but I think Jade will be cool. Nah, let's do the Tiger's Eye. I always do Jade. Sorry, Jade. We'll use you in the next ring. Alright, slide that on there. Get in there. And put it right in the middle, right where you want it, right in the middle. Yep. Bam. It's in. No, a little further down. Okay. And we're good. Oh, I'm trying to figure out where to put them where it would look the coolest. I want them right in the middle. There we go. Got to get them around there. Wrap that right there. There we go. Yeah. All right. So, This one is, this, see these two? This one's long enough to make a swirl, or a little loop at least. This one, not quite. So I think I'm just gonna tuck him, now I'll just make him a tiny loop. There we go, that kind of looks cool on the end. And a cool thing about black gunmetal is if you do scratch it, and you know you have a little bare copper showing, which is, it should be copper based if you get it, then just get a black Sharpie and just take that black Sharpie and just touch up the part, bam, 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 and then rub it a little. Usually no one will ever know except for you. So we'll push that more in the middle. There we go. Put it back on the ring mandrel, make sure it's holding its shape. See, on the ring mandrel, you see it kind of sticking out in weird spots. Kind of press it down. Press those parts down. Make it flush, flat against the finger as much as possible, because that's how it's really going to look good when someone wears it. All right, you guys go have more fun. Black gunmetal ring experiment. Ah! Sorry, I couldn't leave just yet. One more I had to show you. Watch this. There's about 12 inches. Come to the middle. Make a loop. Right, loop. Now watch this. Let's make another loop. And make another loop. And make another loop. And what are you getting? A flower. How pretty is this flower? Make another loop. And keep going. Keep going. Keep going with your loops until you're happy that your little flower is so cute. Now watch this. You can leave them all staggered different ways, or you can flatten them. You can grab each one carefully. Now flatten it. And then when you come to about this point, you can put it down between. Get it in there tight. And this part back here, you can make it a swirl and put it on top for the middle of the flower. Or you can just do whatever else you want with it. But let's see. Let me see if that'll work. I'm not sure I've ever done that. I just thought of it in my head. So it might work. I'm making this tight first. Let's see. Let's see if I'm right. Cross your fingers and hold your breath. Close your eyes. Voila! Not bad, not bad, if I do say so myself. Now, if you do this in the middle of your wire, you'll have two strands left, but I did it all the way on one end, so I just have this one strand, but still enough to make a ring. In fact, if I put on one of the smaller, now I'm actually going to press my petals down so they're not sticking up too wonky, because I want them to take the shape of a ring, but I think I could come around twice. Yeah, I have enough wire left here to come around all the way 2 times, so still get my 2 times, and pressing it very tight. Now I'm going to wrap it this way around the flower, get it in there really tight, and bam, flower ring. I think I'll just make another swirl here, put it on the end, maybe make a few leaves, we'll see. Voila. My flowers pressed pretty tight around. There's that swirl right there. I just tucked them right in. And we're very good to go. Yeah.